it's incredible as an album in terms of an experience. Like it sends you on this like just the way it just sends you on this psychedelic, emotional, trippy adventure. It's just really cool musically. Like you can really just get lost in it, and it's the way he really brings that out musically with the way the deep singing and the belting out in songs like Mr. Rager. It's just musically, it's just an incredible adventure, as I said. And the lyrics as well, also some really surprisingly deep stuff. Like I don't think Kid Cudi ever really has crazy deep lyrics necessarily, but they were really some really deep stuff here on Man on the Moon 2. I felt Mr. Rager has some really lyrics that really trip you out the more you think of it. Like I'm drawing a blank right now, but it's overall it's a yeah, like I said, it's just an adventure. Really sums it up for me. Just a really trippy experience. Obviously, just great musically. Yeah, I really like it.
Nice. I've listened to it a bunch actually. More so the beginning of the album. Um, I'm gonna search for it right now. Man on.
It's interesting because I actually prefer, like for me, I prefer the like, because like the first third, probably like the lightest part of the album. I've always been drawn more to the last two thirds of it, where it really plummets into this dark, spiritual, trippy thing. It's really the appeal of it for me. I can understand the first half looking better for you.
Yeah. I really like the intro with
Oh
CeeLo
yeah,
Green.
it's got Miss Cuddy versus the World with CeeLo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very, very solid album. It's like you said, it can get very trippy.
Do you listen to it, Caden?
Honestly, I haven't. I've listened. I'm not too familiar with Cudi. I've heard individual songs from him, but I have not delved into any of his albums yet.
I think you'll like it because it's very psychedelic, and I know you like some artists with very psychedelic vibes to them.
Yeah. Do you?
Tame Impala.
Yeah, Tame Impala. Do you find Man on the Moon 2 is like a good introduction to him, or no?
I'd say Man on the Moon 1 would be a better intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, like Man on the Moon 1 is better as an intro, and Man on the Moon 2 is the kind of thing that grows on you with time. I can never decide which I like more, but basically Man on the Moon 1 is much more accessible, I'd say.
Yeah.
It took 2 a while to click for me, whereas 1 I loved immediately.
Right.
They're both, but I love them both pretty much equally now.
He's gonna make a third one, right? One day.
Yeah, so well, I mean, at one point he bigged it up for years, and he decided not to do it. But then, obviously, in the recent collab with Eminem, he said the trilogy continues, and I can only refer to Man on the Moon. So, guess he's doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I never thought that was referring to that. Well, because I'm not familiar with his discography. But I think most people took it as like, oh, he's gonna have a collab with Eminem
Like a
again,
trilogy of collabs.
but not necessarily. Yeah, trilogy.
there was a Man on the Moon 2.5. His album Satellite Flight. Have you heard that, John?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's considered 2.5. So there's that, I guess. But yeah.
So he's doing like a Kingdom Hearts type deal.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
He's gonna do Kingdom Hearts 2.55 encoded next.
5-5.
Deep Kid Cudi lore on board for it.
And then the third will finally come out, and everyone will be kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Uh,
In Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying, that was basically Man on the Moon 3. It was very much in that line. But many people just consider that Man on the Moon 3. I imagine he kind of did design it as that, but then didn't release it under that name, just to avoid like lower expectations. Like why Dre released it as Compton rather than Detox.
Right? Yeah. Because you can't
So
really live up to a name after you've hyped it for so long.